Hey, so this is just the second part of, I guess, the kind of daily series I'm kind of doing where I'm kind of breaking down the projects I'm kind of working on, or whether it's side projects, client projects, or whatever. So I think the last time I kind of posted this on the I guess first entry, I talked about an AI dialer system I was kind of building, or AI browser dialer system. So I recently did a demo of that with the client. So usually what I do is that once I kind of demo a milestone of, I guess, a specific part of a project completed with a client, I usually start moving to kind of other projects that or other work that I kind of need to complete or finish up. Because I mean, once how I think about it in my mind is like once I do a milestone, the client will be off my back for a while, so I don't have to like building. I don't have to work on the next milestone right away. And I'm usually doing usually multitasking, so I'm usually building multiple things at one time, or work with multiple clients, or or doing a side project on the side. So I'm usually multitasking. So that's how what I kind of do. So what I was kind of doing today was I was adding some touches to another client project I'm kind of working with. And, the concept of this project is that I'm kind of taking the outbound automation capabilities of an AI phone agent. So the capability of an AI phone agent to go make calls to people. So if you have like, let's say a lead list, you can write an automation that can trigger an AI agent to make calls to all those leads in that list pretty much. So I'm taking that capability and I'm combining it with this other new capability. Well, not new, but a very popular capability been kind of coming out or been getting really popular, which is, I guess, AI browser automation. If you've seen some of the tools, there's some tools on this. I talked about this before too. I talked about it in a post. A side project I built out. I talked about how I used it to book meetings in Calendly because Calendly doesn't have an API for booking meetings. But if you ever heard of OpenAI Operator, that's the one component. It's pretty much AI browser automation. I don't want to play this whole video, but it's pretty much the what it does is pretty much it allows the AI to do actions in the browser, like let's say clicking buttons, or I mean scrolling up and down maybe a social media page or another page like I'm doing, and scraping data from the page so it can kind of read the data, like can read the text in it, or searching something up just like what I'm doing right now. It can do actions on the browser, and you can completely direct the AI to do this with like complete natural language. So you can just give it normal English instructions, kind of like how if you want the AI to write code, you give it English instructions. So that's how it kind of works. And OpenAI has one. Amazon has one too. I think they recently came out with a SDK for this. Again, it does AI browser automation. Give it certain directions or certain instructions that it can interact with the browser based off that. And what I'm using, I'm not using those two. I want to look into those two, but what I'm using to build this out is I'm using this thing called AirTop, which is pretty good itself. But to kind of show you how it works, the concept is you'll kind of use this if you don't have like if you want to do a certain action, like if you have a CRM, or specifically let's say you have a calendar that doesn't really have API, it doesn't really have API configuration, it doesn't really have API endpoints you can use. What you might do is that you might use this to kind of automate. You might use this to automate instead. So, like, for example, Calendly is a really good example of this because it doesn't have API endpoints for booking meetings pretty much. So, the sample, I have this link. I have this Calendly link where I can book meetings. So I can click start session. Okay. So first of all, you have something like this. You have the cookie stuff that will come up, and you can just let me move this out of the way. I might tell it to. I'll click something. It has all these different actions you can have. So you have click a page action, which will click a certain which will allow direct AI to click a certain element. So I can tell it to do click click the I understand. Ooh, I click the I understand text. Click the I understand text. Run. click that. And then let's say I wanted to book a date. I'll say click the 11 number. Click the 11 text. And then I'll say click 10 a.m. text. Then I'll say click next text. And it's then I'll have all these details and like then there is the typing. So it'll have typing page. So when I want to type input and even has one called fill out form. I haven't used this one, so I'm not gonna use this one right now. But I guess they'll have that one, but I'll use the typing page one where I can give it the element description I want to type it in. So I'll say the white box below name. And I can type in a Lozy. Then below email. And then say type in Lozyhk at gmail.com. And then I can have it just click the blue button. So I can say click page and go back to click page interaction and say click the schedule event text. And if I go to my Gmail, it's gonna be here. So it's gonna be there. And then if I go back to this AirTop, usually we'll have the get code. So all this, you can write all these actions in code, and then the AI can pretty much automate all that. And you have dynamic elements. So for example, I said when I wanted to click a certain number, I said click the 10 text. So you might have dynamic elements say click the 9 text, click the 8 text, or go to this page, or click this element. So pretty much again, you can automate. So again, like for example, if you didn't have, if you use a calendar that didn't have an API endpoint, you still want to automate. You still want to automate that booking meetings in that calendar. Again, you can use this to kind of automate itself pretty much. So this is kind of the similar concept of what I'm building up for my client, where he has a CRM, and the CRM doesn't have the best API, or it has a very limited API. So what he wants to do is that he wants to use AI browser automation to kind of be able to log into his CRM, go into certain folders, and those folders will have clients or leads or whatever you call them, and they'll have their profiles. And he wants it to go to their profiles. It'll scrape a bunch of information, like maybe their email, a bunch of other data that they have. It'll download files associated with that profile, and then it'll input all that to an AI agent that'll go and do follow up calls with them. So it'll call them, it'll collect some information from them, and then it will once it collects information, the AI agent will send it back to another AI, and the AI will update the profile based on any new information it gathered. And I think it'll update, and it'll also inside the CRM, it'll also write notes on that call, and it'll add the company or add someone in the company, so they can go look at, they can see that they can see those notes or take a look at those notes of the call pretty much. So that's kind of the basic component of how that how that kind of works, and he did a little demonstration in his account. So there's a little demo that.
Hi, it's Chris from Cranfield Group Recruitment. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You?
Living the dream, mate. Thanks for asking. So, quick one, just reviewing some profiles, and yours popped up. Thought I'd check in to see how things are going at Cranfield Group these days. I wanted to check if you're open to opportunities or if everything's smooth sailing where you are.
Oh, yeah, I've got promoted. I'm a CEO now.
Still loving it, or are there any dream opportunities that could tempt you away?
No, I'm pretty good, mate. Actually, I'm pretty busy. Actually, do you know much about me? Do you know my background? Obviously, you just called me out of the blue.
Fair point, mate. I do know a bit about you. Your profile stood out because of your impressive background in recruitment and leadership, especially with all that experience across property, construction, and engineering. Honestly, it's not every day you come across someone with your level of expertise. But hey, I'm always keen to learn more. What's the one thing about your career you're most proud of?
Oh, me. Most proud of.
Yeah, mate.
Oh,
Come on, don't be
tough one.
modest.
Honestly, mate, I'm proud of it all, and I've got a great team here. So look, I really appreciate you giving me a call, but I better go.
I'll let you crack on, but before I go, if you ever need anything or fancy a chat about the market, you know where to find me. Take care, CEO Mark, and keep smashing it.
Thanks, mate. You too. Speak to you again. Bye.
Cheers, mate. Take care, and we'll catch up soon. Bye for now.
So you can see in that demo, you can see that it was calling the person, it was talking to him, and then you can see that it was writing notes on the call, and it was updating information that changed on the call. He said that he got promoted to CEO, so it updated that information. So that's kind of how it works. You have the phone call, you have the AI that will go collect, scrape information, and that part wasn't shown, but it'll log into the CRM, it'll scrape all the information and then input that into the AI agent. The AI agent will call them, and after that, it'll update information back to the CRM. So it's a fun project. It's not as straightforward as it for first look. At first look, because AirTop does allow you handles a lot of the stuff. It handles a lot of the typing stuff. It handles a lot of the clicking buttons because the AI does it itself. You just have to give the AI actual instructions. But there's also components like multi-factor authentication, or there's multi-factor authentication, or you have to run queries and actually double check and make sure that the AI completed the action. And if the AI didn't complete the action, maybe it clicked the wrong page or maybe it typed in the wrong thing, you have to run a retry to kind of go back and redo that action and fix any changes the AI made before to make sure if they clicked the wrong page or typed in the wrong stuff. And then you also have stuff. There's also sometimes where there's things the AI can't do. Like for example, if I want to pull cookies from the actual web page, or if I want to download something, I can't use AirTop or the AI to do that. So I have to go connect it to Puppeteer or Playwright or another automation framework to kind of do those certain actions. But I mean that's the good thing with what I like about AirTop. AirTop allows Puppeteer or Playwright to connect to its instance. So you can use AirTop. With AirTop handles the AI stuff. It's the one where you can use AI to do actions. And then you can also connect it with Puppeteer or Playwright if you need to actually write some code to actually do those actions. And then it also allows you to bring your own proxy. So what that will allow you to do is that you don't have to always log in all the time. So there's a lot of workarounds and stuff you can do. Even if the AI isn't good enough, there's a lot of workarounds you can add on top of it to make it more I guess consistent and stable, and consistent and stable, I guess, and get the outputs you kind of want. But yeah, I think that's kind of it. I probably what I would do is I'll ask the client and see if I can actually show a demo of this, because I'm also building out a UI for this, a front end for this, and can front end of this. So it's gonna be like, it's actually something where you can log in, you can type in what you want, and then it'll do the actions based on that, and it'll also log the data and all of that. So I'll ask the client if I can do a demo on that. If I can, I'll probably do a video where I'm actually showing the full demo of how it kind of works.